Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna install and set up Hashicorp Vault. And what we need is that we need to make sure that we have a certificate manager and we also have an ingress controller in our cluster. Our cluster is ready right here. I open a Visual Studio and I also open a Vault browser to go to documentation and you're going to see installation, but this is the one we want. We're going to come and installing Vault. We're going to look for the fourth one, Helm for Kubernetes, and we're going to follow the steps from Wire. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open a Windows Wire. I'm going to clear this. Make sure that we are on a proper Kubernetes cluster. And what I'm going to do is very simple. I'm just going to copy this and paste it Wire. And I'm going to do let me do the second. Let's search for Vault. Okay, we have it Wire. So I'm going to do repo update to update all the repos. Now I do have some changes that I want to make because as you can see, this is the default one, but we want to change it a little bit. So I'm going to come over there on the Vault Helm chart. I'm going to right click, open a new window, and I'm going to copy the default values that YAML. I'm going to come to my Visual Studio. I'm going to create a new document right here, and I'm going to call it values that YAML, and I'm going to paste this. And I'm going to change a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to change is let me save this first. And the first thing I'm going to change is just to make sure that we have the proper ingress. So I'm gonna do Control F and I'm gonna look for ingress. And this is the ingress we have wire. So I'm gonna turn it from false to true. And I'm gonna put some classes like this one gonna be let's remove all these. Oh, let's remove this. This is gonna fix it. Okay, and okay, since we added the TLS ACME and we made sure that the annotation is true, the next thing we need to add is we need to add a to another annotation, and it's going to be the cluster issuer. To have the cluster issuer, we can come over here and we're going to see that the name of our cluster issuer is let's encrypt after hyphen pod. That is, I'm going to control C and I'm going to come here and I'm going to do cert hyphen manager that IO forward slash cluster hyphen issuer. And I'm going to put within quote, I'm going to put the name let's encrypt. And this is deprecated. So we are not going to use it anymore. We're going to use ingress class. And to know my class, I'm going to do ingress class. And I'm going to see that the name of my ingress class is Nginx. You can call it whatever you want. So I'm just going to put Nginx wire. So we have everything we need. as far as annotation. Then now we need to fix the host. As you guys can see, we need to have a new host, and I'm going to call my host vault dot nil.com. That's going to be the name of my vault, right? And the rest going to stay unchanged. And since I'm going to use a TLS, I'm going to uncheck this, and I'm going to remove this. And let's name the secret vault secret. And let's just copy the host over here and paste it right here. And Control S to save everything, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is optional. The PVC. I'm going to go to PVC. As you guys are going to see that the PVC is only 10 gig. I'm going to change it to 50 gig, but it's optional. So I save it and everything is ready. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to follow the steps. Let me open my terminal right here so I can be in this folder. Exactly. So I'm going to run a command, and that command is pretty straightforward. I'm going to do rem upgrade hyphen install, and I'm going to do vault, and it's going to be Hashicorp. I think I can copy it from wire. I'm going to copy this repo, Control C, and I'm going to paste it wire. And I decided to name it vault. You can name it whatever you want. So I'm going to do -F. I'm going to use the value file, and I'm going to put it in the namespace called vault. And I'm going to do -create -namespace. Let's see what is happening right here. And everything looks like everything went well. We can see over here, vault, the status is vault deployed. And we can use Helm static vault or Helm get manifest vault to have more detail. Let's use this just to see. I'm going to do Control C. I'm going to paste it right here. Oh, I need to put the namespace. And we can have the manifest wire. Everything that is deployed with Vault. Let's come back over here. We're going to see that our Vault says running, but it's going to stay in this posture. We don't need this anymore, so I can make this one bigger. Our Vault still like this, so we need to find a way of making sure that everything is set up. But for the installation on Kubernetes, we are already done. And just to make sure, we can go into the namespace and we look for the vault namespace. And let's check for ingresses. And we see that we have an ingress. Just make sure that you copy these and you come back here, you go to your AWS. I do have my AWS. sign in, and I'm going to go to my Route 53. The hosted zone is going to be the first one, anayelibo.com. And I'm going to create a record. If I don't have a, oh, I do have a record right here. I'm just going to edit it and put the new IP address, this IP address. Since we already have the record, we don't need to do anything else. And I'm going to use routing policy like simple routing, and the TTL going to be 300S. Second. So with this, let's give it a little bit of time for this to be ready. While we are waiting for this to be ready, we can go to port. And now that we have the application or the vault installed, we need to initialize it, right? And the first thing we're going to do is that let's do something for, let me make this one bigger, and let's describe it so you can see what is going on there. If I describe it and I go all the way down, we can see everything that is going on, and there's some kind of failure, but that is fine. So let's come over here and SSH to the vault container, and I'm going to run the first command, going to be vault init. I need to initialize vault, right? It's going to be vault. We need to do it using operator. So we're going to do vault operator init. So these are the keys, right? We need to use 3 of them, and this is the main token. So what you do is that you copy this and you store them, and you store it somewhere safe. Let me store it so we can use it later. So with this said, we're going to call the operator again. We're going to do vault operator. We're going to do unseal. We need to unseal it, right? Unseal using the master key. We're going to use the master key. Let's use master key. We have 5 master keys. You can use whatever you want. I'm going to use the first one, master key. And I'm going to do the same thing, vault operator unseal. I'm going to use another. You can take whatever you want. We have 5 of them. You can take the last one, paste it. And when you do that, you're going to see unseal progress right here. You're going to see says 1 unseal over 3. Now that we unseal 2, you're going to see unseal progress is going to say 2 over 3. So we need to unseal one more time. So it's going to be vault operator unseal, and we're going to take the third key. You can use 3 key out of 5, right? So now if I exit, you're going to see that we have our vault ready and running. Let's go to ingresses again, and if I describe it, you're going to see that we have our vault right here and ready. And you can see that if we do order, we don't have any order for vault. Let me do certificate. We see that the certificate is not ready yet. And let's see why. Let's describe it. Okay, it's not ready. Let's go to certificate signing request. Okay, I don't see anything on the signing request. Let's go to certificate again. It's not ready yet, so let's give it a little bit of time. I'm going to pause the video. So after giving it a little bit of time, it says the certificate is ready. So let's go back to Ingress, and I'm going to copy the URL. Control C, I'm going to paste it right here. And this is what I have. I don't know if you guys remember, I told you about the token that I copied earlier, the root token. I'm going to use it right now because it's what is asking for the token. I'm going to copy the initial root token that I saved earlier and paste it right here, then log in. So now I am in Vault. So this is how we can install and initialize Vault. You can go one step further by seeing all the secret and go to secret engine, and over here you can create a new engine, right? You can click on enable new engine. You can put key or key value pair, and you can name it the name of your project. My project, you can do automate secret deletion if you want, but I'm not going to do that. You can see more options if you want, but I'm just going to click on enable engine. And if I go back to secret engines, I'm going to see that I do have two secret engines. And this one going to be the name of my project, and can add a secret, right? Let's say that I'm going to add a secret for my application one. What is the maybe username? Let's call it Igbo, and we can add another secret. Let's call it password, and let's put whatever password we want. To see the password, you can click over here if you want, and if you want to delete it, you delete right here. So you can save it. So this is how we set up and initialize Hashicorp Vault, and after that you can create any secret engine that you want. This is one that we just did, and in the next video, or the video that's going to come next week or the week after, whatever, I'm going to have a little bit of time, will be how to use Hashicorp Vault, or how to integrate Kubernetes with Hashicorp Vault. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.